Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another tip of the Mitt fishing report with Brian Kosminski of True North Trout. How you doing, Kaz?
I am excellent, Marvin. How is everything in your world?
Everything's great. You know, I think Old Man Winter, unlike up where you are, has officially let go of the Mid-Atlantic. I think it's probably 80 degrees here today.
That is wonderful for you. I think we had a high of 25 and a fresh 5 inches of snow after it was 50 degrees 2 days ago, and we got a whole bunch of rain. But I think this is what they call third or second spring, and we might be coming around third base, and we'll see spring in the near future. This is fake spring, false spring, they call it.
Yeah, but you got a lot to look forward to, right? You've got pre-spawn smallmouth, you've got spring steelhead, and trout will start to start moving around here pretty soon, right?
Absolutely, and I think besides steelhead gets me the most excited, but also April brown trout streamer fishing can be absolutely phenomenal. I think that's one of those things that's underlooked, but hitting some of the rivers before there's still a little bit of ice on the water, it's a great time to get out. We want to fish dries. We're super excited to fish dries. I'm tying up some Borchers Drakes and some Hendricksons, but that's definitely 2 months down the road.
Well, there you go. But I know you've still got some fly fishing shows in your neck of the woods, right?
We do, absolutely. And didn't mean to overshadow that, but this weekend we've got the Midwest Fly Fishing Show in Detroit. It is the big show. Super excited. I hope anybody who's in the area can come out and see. Tim and the crew from Norvice will be there. I'll be there with the TFO booth. A lot of our fly shops will be there representing, and a whole lot of other vendors and smaller companies. I know Stealthcraft will be there, and a whole bunch of other. It's kind of like today is 2 years ago, the first day that we shut everything down. So it'll be good to get back with our fly fishing family.
Yeah, and there are a lot of fly fishing companies that are in and near Michigan too.
Yeah, I think production-wise, manufacturing, and because a lot of Dow Chemical and everything that was started over here, we've got Scientific Anglers and a whole lot of fly shops because of the history we have in Michigan, the Asable, the Manistee. There's definitely a lot of rich fly fishing lore and history here that we love to share, especially at these shows. And then in the next weekend, I'll be down in Lexington, Kentucky, hanging out with Blaine Chocolate at Quest Outdoors. We'll be doing a little bit of fly tying down there and giving away a TFO rod.
Very cool. And to jump back to the Michigan show, that Norvice is going to be there. I know you said Tim O'Neill's going to be there. Who else is going to be there, and are you going to be hanging out in the booth?
I'll be hanging out at the Temple Fork booth. I don't know if Braden's going to make it up to Michigan or not. We'll have to look to see if we get a confirmation on that. But I'm looking forward to meeting Tim Flagler and a couple of the other guest tyers and authors. We got Devin Olson will be on hand, Jason Randall, Whitney Gould, Ed Engel, some of the best fly tying and fly angler guides any side of the Rockies, both sides of the Rockies.
Yeah, absolutely. And, want to give a shout out to our friends at Norvice for sponsoring the report. And, folks, I think, if you're within striking distance of the show this weekend, you owe it to yourself to go, because I think to really appreciate the Norvice system, you really need to see it up close and personal.
Completely agree. Dates are March 12th and 13th at the Macomb Community College Sports and Expo Center. That is at 14,500 East 12th Mile Road in Warren, Michigan. All you have to do is go to the Midwest Expo on Facebook or look them up on Google, and you can find all that information.
Yeah, and swing by the Norvice booth because they always have good show specials. And if you want to learn more and you can't make it to the show, if you head over to www.nor-vice.com, you can learn everything you ever wanted to know about the Norvice. And I guess probably next thing to probably hop to, Kaz, is got a question.
Excellent.
Yeah. Brett wanted to know your favorite early spring streamer pattern.
Ooh, I think that depends on a lot of different factors, whether we're fishing for steelhead or whether we're fishing for brown trout, and water levels. What are your water levels doing? How high, how fast, or how low and how cold or how slow? I think one of the best patterns you can use for steelhead are either a little white bunny or the white death, something that's going to look like last year's coho or Chinook salmon. That's 2.5, 3 inch fry. I think if I was fishing for brown trout, though, it's hard to go wrong with circus peanuts or like a bang tail or something that's just going to get their attention and get them to move on it because it's an aggressive strike and the fish are just making it after their long winter rest. So I think it depends on your water, whether you want to match the color, go with olive or yellow, or go completely different and go black. Got a bright day, bright fly, dark day, dark fly.
Yeah, and I guess to go back to the steelhead, do you guys have emerald shiners in your part of the Great Lakes like they do kind of to the east?
We don't, but I think that, rainbows, steelhead are just a large rainbow, and it's hard for them to resist that little 1.5 inch to 2 inch shiny white sparkly. It could be a woolly bugger, really, and they're going to chase it down because it just reminds them of being at a younger stage in their life when that was a main forage fish. It could be an alewife. It could be a smelt. That's what we have more of up here. But, our trout generally focus on sculpin or gobies, but our steelhead definitely will chase open water fish.
Yeah, that's, I guess, what Larry Dahlberg always says. They always go back to mother's milk, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's in their DNA. It's in the back of their brain. It's not something that they have to cognitively be aware of. They're just chasing down what dances in front of their noses.
Yeah, there you go. And, folks, we love questions on the articulate fly. You can email them to us. You can drop them in the comments on our social media posts or hit us up with a DM on Facebook or Instagram. And if we use your question, I will send you some articulate fly swag. And at the end of the season, we're going to raffle off some really cool TNT stuff as well as a $100 gift certificate from our friends at Norvise. And before I let you hop, Kaz, you want to let folks know, I know it's snowing where you are, but people will fish eventually again in Michigan. You want to let folks know where to find you and all that kind of good stuff?
Yeah, as the ice starts to disappear, we're getting excited. June and May are booking up quickly. I don't have very many dates left. That's a good thing. They can find me on Facebook at True North Trout or on Instagram and YouTube. I've got a channel there as well. I love input on what they want to see as far as YouTube goes because we want to keep everything interesting and love to take fishing. I hope to see everybody at the Midwest Expo this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say, folks, the weather is probably not super conducive to fishing, so head over to the expo this weekend and catch up with some old friends and make some new ones. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Kaz.
Good to talk to you. Have a great week.
You too.